So the NES Classic Edition is out. A lot of people weren't able to get it, including me, but does it have every game that should be on it? Don't get me wrong, the game lineup on the NES Classic Edition is spectacular. There's a lot of good games on there. But there are some games that I think should have been on it. So I'm going to go over some of the games that should have been on it with this drawer of NES games that I have. Also some suggestions of NES games that I don't actually have yet. So let's get started with one obvious one that people thought would be on it, but's not on it, is Tetris. Which, there's probably some licensing issues of why it's not on it. That's why they went with Dr. Mario instead. So I can understand that. Another sports game that would actually be good would be ice hockey. This is a Nintendo-published sports game, and it's actually really fun. Another Nintendo-published game that would have been fun to have on it would be Xanadu. This is a really interesting RPG, so that would be pretty great to have on the system. Another RPG I'm surprised wasn't on it, since they had Final Fantasy on there, was Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest if you prefer. Though I get why they went with Final Fantasy, because that's a bit more recognizable. And also I think Final Fantasy, at least the first one, is a lot more story-driven than the first Dragon Warrior. And here's another Capcom game that would have been really fun, Strider. Strider's a pretty fun game. Also, I have Simon's Quest. I don't have the first Castlevania or the third one, but I'm surprised they didn't go with the third one. Because that's generally regarded as a better game by most people. One thing I was surprised that wasn't in there was Rad Racer, because that's a racing game. I guess you could count Excite Bike, but I didn't see like any other kind of racing game on there. So yeah, Rad Racer would have been fun. Or actually, RC Pro-Am. That's a really fun game. You know what else would have been really cool to have on the system? Would be Blaster Master. Blaster Master is excellent. Oh, here's another Capcom game that would have been fun. Bionic Commando. So, with the metallic arm and everything. That would have been great. Another black box game that would have been fun. Kung Fu. That's a very simple game, but fun. You know what? There weren't any Hudson Soft games on the system, I don't believe. So, what about Adventure Island? Adventure Island would have been fun. And that's pretty much all the suggestions I have in this drawer, but there's some other suggestions that I wrote down on my notepad on my computer, so let me see what else I wrote down. Oh yeah, Contra. I mean, the first Contra, because they have Super C on there, but not the first Contra. Also, pretty much any of the Disney Afternoon games, most obvious being DuckTales. I'm not sure if they would have, like, any licensing issues with that, though. Another big one that would have been fun would be River City Ransom. That's a great game. Oh yeah, and just for the fun of it, I put Battletoads on this list. Just to have that on there. And this one is just kind of wishful thinking, is Bucky O'Hare. That's just wishful thinking, though. I didn't think they would actually put that on there. So those are the games that I think should have been on the NES Classic, or should be on a sequel or something. It's too bad you can't download stuff like on the Virtual Console. That would have been great. And it probably would have sold out even quicker than it already did. So tell me some games that you wanted to see on it in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Bye!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to save.